So, we all know Batman. He has gone from an orphan to a hero to a legend. But some people have helped him to get that title, one of which being Robin. Now, at one point or another, you've probably heard of Robin, whether it was in a comic book, a movie, or even a video game. But throughout comic book history, there has been 4 main Robins: Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne, and the person we're talking about today, Jason Todd, aka Batman's greatest failure. Okay, so we all know that Batman has really messed up in the past. Like a lot. But no mess up he's ever done has come greater to Jason Todd. Now, Jason Todd wasn't born into a wealthy family, and by the age of around 5, he was on his own, living on the streets, and he had to sell tires in order for him to survive at the age of 5. Actually, no, never mind, it's more like 10. But one day, he saw the Batmobile, and he knew that if he took the tires off the Batmobile, he would have made a ton of money. So he sneaks over, finds the Batmobile, and steals off its tires. But just as he's walking away, he sees the Dark Knight, baby. And this is the first time Jason Todd ever encounters Batman. Now, Jason Todd, not knowing what to do, tries to run away, but the Dark Knight just stops him in his tracks. Right now, Jason is scared for his life. But then, the Dark Knight reaches his arm out. "Are you okay, little boy?" Actually, no, it'd probably be more like, "Are you okay, little kid?" Knowing Batman. Batman looks around and doesn't see this kid's parents anywhere. So he's like, "Do you need a ride home?" And Jason's like, "I don't have one." So Batman takes him into the Batmobile, and off they go. And while in the Batmobile, Jason is still scared because he has no idea what Batman could do to him. But Batman acts gentle around him. And while they're in the car, it's real silent until Jason Todd brings up who is Batman. And Batman says something along the lines of, "That's a good question to ask Robin." For the next couple of years, Bruce and Jason worked together as Batman and Robin. They stopped crime bosses together, worked together, and even trained in Taekwondo. But most of all, they were a team and were willing to do anything for each other. But one day, when Batman tells Jason to stay at the Batcave, he does. But he thinks a lot during this time period. But eventually, he starts to think, who is his real mother? He decides to do some research on the Bat computer and figures out 3 main people that could be his mother. He visits 2 of them and realizes that they're nobody close to his mother. But when he visits one, he knows it's her. Now, the reason he's allowed out of the house this much is he just told Bruce that he was going to be out for a couple of days stopping crime. But anyways, while he's talking to his mother is kind of weird. Like, she's not weird, but she's just acting very strange. But Jason kind of just pushes it aside since they haven't seen each other in like 10 years. Jason's mom lets him stay with her for a couple of days, but this is when we figure out that Jason's mom is working with the Joker. I am so sorry. Anyways, the Joker is trying to set up a trap to kill Jason. And Jason doesn't suspect a thing because it's his mother. And this is just one of the many times where the Joker shows how knowledge-filled he is. Yeah, sure, he's a complete psychopath, but his knowledge is much more than you think. Instead, he uses it to make a quote-unquote joke. I know, I'm so funny. But Batman realizes what's going on and makes his way towards wherever Jason is immediately. Now, at the current moment, Jason is in another city, but Batman is just driving in the Batmobile as fast as he can possibly drive. But basically, Jason's talking to his mom, but then he gets knocked out. Jason wakes up in an abandoned warehouse. "Hello, JC boy," says the Joker. Jason looks around. He sees his mother laying down on the floor. And then Joker beats him with a crowbar. Again and again. Jason right now is getting flat out tortured by Joker. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty dark backstory. But Joker just does not stop. He's literally making jokes about which spot hurts more, A or B. He literally says A or B. Like, this guy's insane. But eventually, Batman arrives, but he's too late. Batman says to himself that he's failed to save the one he loved most, and he knows that this is a death in the family. Jason emerges from his grave. He doesn't know how or why he has been awakened. He just knows that revenge must happen. From here on out, Jason is not Robin anymore. He hates that name. He breaks into the Batcave when Bruce isn't there and looks at his suit. He wants to destroy it, but he just can't. No, that's not what I came here to do. He walks over to the Bat computer and signs in. And then he steals $5 million. I don't know if that's the exact number, but it was something around that. And using that money, he gets weapons, he gets vehicles, and he gets a suit. Thank you for that edit night, my G. I'ma be honest with y'all, Red Hood is one of the most bussin' and bad to the bone characters of all comic book time. It's time for Red Hood to strike, baby. Jason finds the Joker and he's ruthless now, so he just beats him to the brink of extinction and kidnaps him. But he don't kidnap kids. That's his one rule. He'll kill, but he won't hurt kids. Batman figures out that the Joker's gone missing and he investigates it. But to his surprise, the person that kidnapped the Joker is a new supervillain called the Red Hood. I need to find this Red Hood guy. So he looks for him for about a month, and eventually he does find him. And then Red Hood just tells him, "You've wronged me in the past," or something like that. So they have this absolutely epic fight scene, punches going back and forth. They know each other's fighting techniques, so it's like perfect. But eventually, Red Hood rips off Batman's mask, and Batman just stays still, ready to fight. But Red Hood tells Batman that they should exchange faces. So he takes off his helmet. Jason, yeah, it's me. You're alive? Yeah. Batman's mind is blown. But then Jason leads him to an abandoned hotel, and then we see the Joker hooked up in a chair. They exchange words, and basically Jason says that he forgives Batman, but he does not forgive the Joker. Jason asks Batman, "Why don't you kill? It'd be so much easier." And basically Batman's response is, "If I kill, then I won't be able to stop." And after a few more words, he convinces Jason not to kill the Joker. They put the Joker in Arkham Asylum for like the 80th time. And Batman tries to get Red Hood back on his side, but Jason just tells him he needs some time. Batman understands, and he says, "You know where to find me." Jason, happy and feeling sad at the same time, walks away, and the Red Hood is born. I'm sorry, guys, but that is just such a good origin story. From Robin the Boy Wonder, to a teenager that got tortured, to a legend in Gotham called the Red Hood. He's just so bussin'. Like, I have no words. I'm just gonna do my outro. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a nice day or night. Jesus is king, and I'll see y'all in the next one.